Excuse me. Marilyn, get over it. Your hair wasn't that bad. Usually I wear a hat so this mop doesn't show. I cut myself cooking, okay? Get over it. Jeez. Louise. Whatever. Hey, Kitsy Pie. Stay out of things. So I had something I was going to talk about. Well, Can we get me more in frame? Now I'm crooked. Still recording, didn't shut it off. Yes, not only the hair, which actually decided to behave slightly. Oh, it's an earring. Well, I thought I had... When you go out and you work on a farm and you fix fence and you do stuff, you don't know where dirt's going to end up. So, you know, that could have been dirt in my ear instead of an earring. I have had that. Or on the side of my face. Or, yeah, body wide, whatever. Hi there. It's Leanne. Get off my lawn. I should say, get the hell off my lawn. But other than joking around, I don't tend to cuss much. That's just, oh fuck, look at this shit. Anybody that you're on here complaining about how you look, your makeup isn't perfect, your hair isn't perfect, or whatever, you ain't got this giant turkey neck. It's okay, Tiny. I'm not losing it. We're cool. We're cool. We're good. It's okay. That's the dog under my desk. Oh, we're freaking out slightly. Oh my God, did you drool all over me? Yes. Well, I'm doing a video. I was thinking, well, mid-afternoon, everything seems real quiet on the YouTube front. Let's go live. It seems like a good time to do it. Sorry, this has nothing to do with it's. Wow. I have a rash or something. Doesn't hurt, doesn't itch. I don't know. Do you guys enjoy my scatterbrained videos and lives where I just sort of word salad? Maybe a bit like lasagna or beef stew, where you got everything in there and you just don't know what's going to come out of my mouth. It's all pretty much G-rated, but I do rate my videos for adults only because there's so many hoops to jump through to make them for children. So it's just basically adult. Anyway, where was I? Okay, yeah, well, I was going to go live. Today is Saturday the 14th. The day between Friday the 13th and St. Patrick's Day, where if it's on a Sunday, does everybody go out and get drinking green beer? Guess they do. Even if they go to work on Monday, that's whatever. It just was a thought in my head, because when I was somewhat younger, you couldn't buy alcohol on Sunday. It was locked up, the bars were shut, nothing could be bought on Sunday. And then, I don't know if people complained, what happened, but then they started, at least where I was living, they made it no liquor sold before noon. Particularly no beer sold before noon. So, if you was going to want to drink all weekend, you had to get it all Saturday, I guess. I don't know. So, anyways, I had a reason. Yes, I was going to go. I keep circling back. I was going to go live today, mid-afternoon. Seemed like a quiet time. Didn't see anybody doing anything. Got myself all set up, and bing. The boys of Paranormal Quest, Paranormal something with Connor and Dawson Toller were all at a abandoned mental hospital, I think. You have to forgive me for not knowing all the specifics, because then I watched that for a little while. Hey, is Connor Biddle related to Kenny? Inquiring minds want to know. Anyways, but then, yeah, I watched it for a while, and then Maryland Monday went live. And I really like to support my fellow small creators, small channels. So, yes, if you see me disappear from your giant live stream of 600 people, I'm probably over there at somebody else that gets like 10 to 15, maybe only 5. Some of the videos and live streams, I'm the only one there. Not that it's a brag, I'm not flexing. I just try to support my, I shout them out as I can when I'm able to. My reach is fairly small, so I try to go to people's live streams, premieres, watch their videos, give them watch hours. Because, little guys need love too. So anyways, yeah, Maryland Monday came on, and I watched her very interesting live, and she has something for Beardo to debunk. So if you rewatch her live from today, it's fairly interesting. And Paranormal Quest and Dawson and all those guys, it looked like it was running at the same time. I'll run a couple different streams, and I keep track of both of them, so I know what's being said. And that was an excellent premiere, excellent. Sorry, my hair's, yeah, but there's no product in it, okay? So I get it set where I want it to go, and it's mostly, but then little bits of it will start kind of wanting to pop loose and go places. So it feels like I got something untoward going. I also live in an area with huge infestations of sugar ants, and quite often trap flies or fruit flies. So it's not unusual for me to be swatting ants that get on my head or my screen or my hands or whatever. But this is just random stuff. So, I didn't really have, I had a program planned for earlier, but don't quite remember what it was. It was that important. Well, when you have your head, you got your head in the game. You know what you're talking about. You got it, you got your notes. You know what you're talking about. You're all ready to go with it. And then you get distracted. You watch other videos. You, God knows, pay the bills, write emails, and you come back and you go, okay, what was that about? Because I don't write scripts. I don't really write. Okay, here's the secret. Back in school, going to school, they would give an assignment where you had to write an outline of a story that you were going to write and turn in, whether it was a research paper, it was a whatever kind of writing, creative or whatnot that it was supposed to be, that you would write the outline and turn it into the teacher, and then the full story would be due like the next week. I can't write outlines. I had no clue what I was doing. Most of my school years, I had no clue what I was doing. Partly because I had undiagnosed ADHD and I did not listen. And the other part was Can you hear that? Can you hear that on my roof? Freaking hell. Skinnies must be having a powwow up there. I'm guessing it's the turkeys, although it could be cats playing, but earlier it sounded like a human walking around up there, and since I live alone and there wouldn't be a human to walk up there, most likely, I'm thinking it must have been turkeys. Okay, so where was I? Yes, whenever I had to write a story for school, I would write the story first, and then I would go back and I would make an outline based on what I'd already written. So basically for these shows and stuff, these online shows where I mean, you know, people put cheat notes or they make an outline of what they want to say. I would have to write out the whole story and then go back and make bullet points or whatnot. So I haven't quite gotten to that point yet of professionalism, being a polished YouTuber like you most of the people you see, except me, or some that, you know, take us on walking, talking lives, stuff like that. Yes, there was something else. Yes, I remember something else. You see this? Not me. Don't be trying to see through it. I figured out why several of these, well, of course, people who knows how to use avatars and just, you know, that's all you see is maybe the avatar or the mask people. I have no clue what they're usually wearing. But anyway, what content creators wear these wild shirts. Lots of color, lots, you know, patterns. I figured it out because, you know, I sit down here to do something and I realize while this shirt is clean, it has all kinds of stains that didn't wash out in the wash. And that's usually my luck. Or I've got my breakfast, lunch, dinner, smear here, smear there. And it's like, oh, okay, so maybe I need to have these business clothes that'll hang up and hide away where the cats can't get on them. Nothing can hurt them. They can't get dirty. You know what? It wouldn't matter. Growing up, yes, growing up as a child, my mom locked me out of the house. Not out of meanness. She locked me out of the house whenever she was painting the walls, ceilings, whatever. Because all I had to do was like breathe in the door and I would have paint on me. And she'd be having to go around and touch things up because I ran into paint wherever it was. When I was in the military, I was a mechanic, by the way. Yes. The grease monkeys. Yes. I worked on primarily diesel engines, big truck engines. The same engines that are in commercial buses are actually in some armored personnel carriers. Engines that are used in the M1 Bradley fighting vehicle. No, it's the other one. When I left my tank career, it was still the XM1. It was still experimental. But the M1 is the tank, okay? The Bradley is the Bradley fighting vehicle, which is an armored personnel carrier. There's a reason it's important. The M1 tank, the M1 Abrams tank uses the same engines as commercial helicopters. They're jet engines. I believe the Bradley stuck with the more commercial. I think it's like a V12. The M113s, the old APCs, still actually in use in some areas, has had the same engine as many RVs, recreational vehicles are still in use, many civilian trucks, and civilian city buses that are still diesel. And why was that important? Oh, circling back to the point. Oh, thank you for your patience. I do appreciate it. I do appreciate you watching my videos and such. Yes, I'm looking for something because I got distracted by my glasses. I'm getting back. I'll get back to the subject, whatever it was, when I think of it. I did think of it. I got these. Okay, yes, they look dorky. And it has a strap to go around the back to hold it tight, but I haven't done that. And, you know, this can be out here. You can adjust it to what works. And these lenses pop in, pop out, and you got like 6 different lenses. I think these are down in the 2.5, 2.75. May have to paint them with it makes it easier for me to see the screen, and generally I don't wear them when I'm doing recording because, well, for one, I just got them, and for two, I mean, they do kind of look space cadet-y, but they look pretty dorky, if you ask me. I'm trying to see if I can blind you all. I may have already done this on another video, so you know what's coming. Oh, I remember. Okay, so this is, oh, and it has another, it has like little blue lights. You got like different lights. You got your little blue LEDs, you got your stronger ones. So $19.99 on Amazon. So you people making your miniatures like Laura at Raw Paranormal, and I forget, but there are people that attend those that are building miniature what's-its. These are really good. They're better than regular reading glasses. They're magnifiers. You don't need to have reading glasses to have these. Because they'll especially when you're working with something that's about this big, it doesn't hurt to have some magnifiers. Now I gotta circle back. Oh yeah. Let's see. Wearing wild shirts saves you from the suddenly realizing you're on. Well, looking in a mirror helps, you know, then you know your hair is messed up and it's not behaving. Or that your shirt has stains that didn't wash out the last time you washed it. I know, dead air space, you're not supposed to have that. But there's something. I should call this a housekeeping video. Yeah, I'm scratching my head. Why do we scratch our head when we're thinking? Does it stimulate our brain through osmosis? The vibrations go into our head and well, there was something else, can't remember what it was. I do have a photo to show you at some point of a scratch I got. A scratch I got out of... Okay, I'll tell you about it, but you can't see the picture because it's a photograph and I don't know how to put those into videos yet. Sitting at this desk, as I am, the same spot. You can see. There was no cats on me, no cats around, no bugs, no anything. I was on my iPad just watching a video, as far as I can remember. And all of... ignored it. All of a sudden, right here on my neck, started burning like fire. Like, I don't know if you've ever got into stinging nettles or poison ivy, poison oak, any of the real stingy plants. I equate it to that instead of a bug bite or sting because it was... Okay. About that long. About as long as my ears. As long as my nose. Anyway, it was a place about that big because it's stinging and was burning and it was really hurting. So I got my phone out because it's just me here. I didn't get very good pictures because tried to take a picture of the backside of your neck here with your own phone and you can't see the viewfinder, so you're just trying to work it around. To get a picture. Yes. That's not the only scratch event I've been a party to. No, I did not run out of the house. I did not scream demon. I did not call my religious representative or the twinsies to come investigate. I'm sort of a stoic person, okay? So first off, yeah, I really laugh at people screaming and running away from things because basically, okay, yeah, it hurt. And it wasn't nice. And I put stuff on it to keep it from hurting because it was these long scratches on my neck. But I didn't freak out. I was sort of like, okay, well, that's a thing. That's a painful thing. Ow. Oh, ow. That kind of, normal reactions, when you hurt yourself or whatnot. But I didn't run out of the room. I didn't spray the house with holy water. It was a thing that happened. And you will find that I have that attitude about a lot of things. So, it's like when people are reacting, hey, we're going to get some paranormal into this video. Woo! I don't have my reading glasses on, so you're all I am kind of fuzzy. You would be fuzzy too if I was talking video phone to you. And please ignore when I do weird things with this eye, because it does have a cataract growing. And it does have a little problem where it gets dry and my contact gets dry. And so I have to kind of move it around like that. Try to get it where I can see. But anyway, you're fuzzy. I'm fuzzy. Not literally fuzzy. I look fuzzy on the phone where I'm recording because I don't have my reading glasses on. Where was I going with that? Jeez. Oh, some paranormal. Paranormal. Yes, I got scratched on the neck. It was a bad scratch. It took a few days to heal. But I didn't freak out like the, people on, I even watched people making videos or reacting to them. That was it. Reacting to videos where they will say, oh, I would be out of there. I would poop my pants. It'd be brown trousers time. I would be running out of there. Or they're saying, well, they're not reacting. They're too calm. It's either they're overreacting by their freaking out, or they're underreacting, the people in the video who are witnessing these things. And the reviewer either says, well, I would be running out of there and just, my pants on fire. Or they're saying, well, it must not be real because they're not really reacting to it that much. Which I'm not trying to put anybody down. I'm not trying to. I have a lot of different views on things than other people, but the point is if they saw me investigating, or like when I got that scratch, if I'd been recording, it would have been like this, like, and then I felt the welts and everything of it and started, but I don't react a lot. My often reaction is in my head, well, that's a thing. Yeah, that's something that just happened. That's a thing. Which to some people would say, well, I'm faking it. I must be faking the video because I'm not scared. I'm not like reacting. I'm like, it's just a thing. It's, yes, if there was, maybe if there was an axe flying across the room at me, well, one, I'd duck. A knife, a pot, whatever, I would duck. But then I'd be like, who's throwing that? Why are you throwing that? What is your problem? Rather than running screaming from the building. I guess I have been through a lot of things in my life, and military service, being an EMT. Well, I was a mechanic in the military. Did I say that? That's important. Because at that time, women weren't allowed in the combat arms. But what nobody thought about is women are on these teams that, I mean, we traveled everywhere with our battalion of tanks or our brigade or whatever. Different teams were with different units. The thing that gets scary, not really, what should get scary or causes you to think a minute is when you're in an encampment and suddenly all the tanks pull back to where they're about 100 yards behind where you are with their guns pointing over the top of you. And you're down here, they've pulled back to here with their guns pointing, and you're still up here with your maintenance camp going, where the devil did they go? And why did they go there? And what's about to come over that hill that they're hiding from? And they're in freaking tanks. And you're out there in just your uniform with your toolkits and, your helmet and your rifle are sitting off to the side of you so that you can actually work. And you're looking around going, well, that's the thing. You all got, I think I should let you all go. You've been nicely patient with my ramblings. And you can expect more random gibberish from me, hopefully on a regular basis. In the meantime, something paranormal comes up, well, that's just the thing. Good night.